Module 2, Hemispheric Differences and Learning Processes. Section 1, Comparing Left and Right Hemispheres. Let's imagine your brain as a big, amazing team working together to help you think, feel, and do things. This team has two main parts, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. The left hemisphere, the super smart scientist. The left hemisphere is like a super smart scientist who loves details, facts, and logic. Imagine a scientist in a white lab coat with a microscope and a notebook. This scientist is all about details and facts. Just like a scientist who carefully studies tiny things under a microscope, your left hemisphere focuses on the little details. It helps you remember facts, like the capital of a country or the steps in a math problem. Logic and order. The scientist loves things to be in a certain order. It's the part of your brain that helps you follow a recipe, do your homework, or solve puzzles step by step. It's great at breaking things down into small pieces and understanding them one by one. So, whenever you're doing something that needs careful thinking and precise steps, like solving a math problem, reading a book, or organizing your toys, you're using your left hemisphere. The right hemisphere. The creative artist. Now, the right hemisphere is more like a creative artist. Picture an artist with a colorful palette, a brush, and a big canvas. This artist is all about pictures and stories. Just like an artist who paints beautiful pictures, your right hemisphere loves visuals and storytelling. It helps you imagine and create things, like drawing a picture or telling a fantastic story. Feelings and connections. The artist understands emotions and can see the big picture. It helps you understand how others feel and connect different ideas. This part of your brain is at work when you listen to music, appreciate a beautiful sunset, or empathize with a friend who's feeling sad. So whenever you're doing something creative, like drawing, playing music, or thinking about how someone else feels, you're using your right hemisphere. Working together, the scientist and the artist. Both parts of your brain are super important, and they work best when they work together. Think about how a scientist and an artist can create amazing things when they combine their talents. Learning and creativity. When you combine the detailed thinking of the left hemisphere with the creative thinking of the right hemisphere, you can come up with innovative ideas. For example, you might use your logical thinking to solve a problem in a new way that also involves creativity. Understanding and expressing. When both sides work together, you can understand complex ideas and express them clearly. This means you can solve math problems and write stories, or understand science facts and create beautiful art. Imagine you're building a Lego castle. The left hemisphere helps you follow the instructions, find the right pieces, and put them together step by step. The right hemisphere helps you imagine what the castle will look like, decide on its colors, and create a story about the people who live there. When both sides work together, you build something amazing. So remember, your brain is like a team with a super smart scientist and a creative artist. They both have their own special talents, but they do their best work when they join forces.
Okay.
Whether you're solving a tricky math problem or drawing a beautiful picture, your brain is at its strongest when both hemispheres work together. Section 2. How each hemisphere learns, processes, and responds to information. Now, let's see how these two parts of the brain learn, process, and respond to information differently. The left hemisphere, the logical scientist. The left hemisphere of your brain is like a very organized scientist. This scientist loves following steps and making sure everything is done just right. Let's use baking a cake as an example. 1. Learning. The left hemisphere likes to learn step by step. Imagine you have a recipe for a delicious cake. The left hemisphere will carefully read the recipe, making sure to understand each step. It will measure the ingredients precisely, 1 cup of flour, half a cup of sugar, and so on. 2. Processing. Once it knows what to do, the left hemisphere processes the information in a very logical and orderly way. It mixes the ingredients exactly as the recipe says. First mix the dry ingredients, then add the wet ones, and stir until smooth. 3. Responding. The left hemisphere responds by giving you clear, detailed instructions. It tells you to set the oven to the right temperature and bake the cake for just the right amount of time. It's all about precision and accuracy, making sure everything is perfect. The right hemisphere, the creative artist. The right hemisphere of your brain is like a fun and imaginative artist. This artist loves seeing the big picture and using creativity. Let's look at how this part of your brain would handle baking the same cake. 1. Learning. The right hemisphere learns by seeing the whole picture. Instead of focusing on each step of the recipe, it imagines how the cake will look when it's done. It thinks about the fluffy frosting, the sprinkles on top, and how delicious it will taste. 2. Processing. The right hemisphere processes information in a more intuitive and creative way. It might think about different ways to decorate the cake, or come up with fun ideas to make the cake unique. Maybe it decides to add some colorful icing, or shape the cake into a fun character. 3. Responding. The right hemisphere responds with ideas and feelings. It might tell you, wouldn't it be fun to add some chocolate chips to the batter? Or, I bet everyone will smile when they see this rainbow cake. It's all about creativity and imagination, making the experience enjoyable and memorable. Combining both hemispheres. The perfect team. When both hemispheres of your brain work together, they create the perfect team. Imagine combining the precise instructions of the left hemisphere with the creative ideas of the right hemisphere. You follow the recipe to bake the cake perfectly, and then you decorate it in a fun and unique way. In recovery, using both sides of the brain helps you learn new things and solve problems more effectively. The left hemisphere helps you understand the steps you need to take, while the right hemisphere helps you see the big picture and stay motivated. Together, they help you make good decisions, build strong relationships, and find joy in everyday life. So, the next time you're baking a cake or learning something new, remember that your brain has two amazing parts working together to help you succeed. The logical scientist and the creative artist make a fantastic team, helping you think clearly, feel deeply, and enjoy every moment. Section 3. The importance of holistic brain. Integration in recovery. When we talk about holistic brain integration, we mean getting both sides of the brain to work together as a team. This is super important, especially when someone is recovering from addiction. Let's dive into why this teamwork in the brain is so essential and why it can make such a big difference in recovery. Imagine you're trying to build a big, beautiful puzzle. You've got all these colorful pieces spread out in front of you, but you can only use half of them. Pretty tough to see the whole picture, right? That's what it's like when only one side of the brain is doing all the work. You're missing out on important parts of the picture. But when both sides of the brain work together, it's like you have all the puzzle pieces in place. Here's why that's important. Balanced thinking. When the left and right hemispheres of the brain work together, you can think both logically and creatively. Imagine you're trying to solve a problem, like how to fix a broken toy. The left side of your brain helps you figure out the steps you need to take, like finding glue and putting the pieces together. The right side of your brain helps you come up with creative ideas, like adding some decorations to make the toy even better. By using both sides, you can solve problems more effectively and make better decisions. Better learning. Using both sides of your brain helps you understand and remember things more easily. Think about learning to ride a bike. The left side of your brain helps you remember the steps, how to pedal, steer, and balance. The right side of your brain helps you feel the rhythm and flow of riding, making it fun and exciting. When both sides work together, you can learn new skills faster and remember them longer. Stronger relationships. Connecting with others is like building a bridge. The left side of your brain helps you understand facts and details, like remembering your friend's favorite color or their birthday. The right side of your brain helps you understand feelings, like knowing when your friend is happy or sad. When both sides work together, you can communicate more effectively and build stronger friendships. You can share both facts and feelings, making your relationships more meaningful. Improved emotional health. When both sides of your brain are balanced, you can manage your emotions better. Imagine your emotions are like a team of wild horses. The left side of your brain helps you hold the reins and guide the horses, keeping them under control. The right side of your brain helps you understand and feel the emotions, enjoying the ride without getting overwhelmed. Together, they help you stay calm, happy, and resilient, especially during tough times. In recovery, using both sides of the brain helps you understand your addiction, learn new ways to cope, and rebuild your life. It's like having a super team in your head, working together to help you be your best self. With holistic brain integration, you can think more clearly, feel more deeply, and live more fully. You can understand why addiction happened, figure out how to avoid it in the future, and find joy in new, healthy activities. By integrating the left and right hemispheres, you can build a stronger, healthier brain that supports your recovery journey. It's like having all the puzzle pieces in place, allowing you to see and enjoy the beautiful picture of your life.